our current mayor, for some reason, one way, shape, or form, starts referring to, well, the true community, and he drew a line that was so clear in the sand that made everyone in that, or many people in that room, in fact, emotionally respond and stand up and almost start protesting, especially in the light of what's happening with LA County.
LA City.
And yes, exactly, LA City, and what's happening with their elected officials that have had to step down, right? So I was very poised and composed until that very moment. And then my next response was, well, I hope after 17 years in this city that I might be considered part of the true community. Since that forum, I want to tell you what has happened. This, a lot of online discussions with people, 10,000 plus people a part of these forums. My website has blown up. There's been 5,000 clicks on my website.
Good.
As I've been knocking on doors, people are like, I want your sign. There are parts, on my website you can sign up to volunteer. There's 42 people who want signs and I have 3 left. I just ordered more. So what I'm saying is this, that as I anticipated, during COVID we were spread out thin, all of us. And I'm not noticed, like even during the forum, I don't name names, I am not saying, I'm interested in identifying the problems and finding the solution. Hashing out all of this. Hey, listen, we can't change the past.
Exactly.
But we can move forward. And that's how Philip and I really connected. This is how Diana and I really connected. And actually, Miss Kimberly Huff, who is a severe asthmatic and has had a doctor's note, which is why she could not make it to the forum, her and I have also connected via Zoom for 45 minutes at a time where we are dreaming about our city. Now, although we're not running as a slate, we're the only 3 candidates that are outside of the current elected officials. So, let me just break it down real quick to my main problems and solutions. So we referenced small businesses. As a small business owner, I would like to create incentives for our small businesses. We're looking at fewer than 1 location, maybe 2 locations. If you are a new business person as a small business, you can come in, we will waive your fees. We will also incentivize you $10,000 to maybe help you with your build out, maybe to help you with the facade. What can we do here with our utilities? We have our own light and power company, right? So instead, often, we tend to be very punitive, right? Okay, well, here are these fees. Oh, don't forget to do this, and then there's the red tape. That has to be removed. In addition to that, for brand new business people, partnering with local established businesses, asking them if they want to take part of our small business incubation program. It's like hatching a chicken egg, right? I would love, as a small business owner, to come alongside new business entrepreneurs to mentor them through an 8-12 week program. Now again, even if we're just saying 3 businesses a year, but that's still 3 local Azusan businesses. These are opportunities for our young people, also young in, not just of age, right? But also young at heart, to pursue our dreams. Second is homeless, right? As we know, in 2019, the Supreme Court has ruled it unconstitutional for us to do anything unless if we can provide bed spaces. Well, maybe I could ask Miss Stephanie, have we ever had bed spaces for homeless?
No, you've got our
river
vouchers.
Right, vouchers.
Vouchers, and they'll come up and they usually ask the mayor, or there's other people that they can ask.
The nonprofits step in and help.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that at this point you couldn't ask the mayor unless you had $1.
Exactly. So then there's that as well.
Wow.
What I'm getting to is Baldwin Park in the span of 2 years has had county funds, and there's plenty of it, I've checked,
There is.
there is. In the span of 2 years, they got approval last February for the funds. They started construction for for a tiny home community. They started construction in July, and they opened their first tiny home community for the unhoused by November of last year. They just opened their second one in the span of 2 years with county funds. Pay attention here though. Baldwin Park, if we follow their model, they get to decide who lives there, meaning it's a strict vetting process. It is not a revolving door. It is called a non-congregate shelter, which means it's not just a big room where everybody just hangs out. These are individual temporary homes that are meant for people to be able to get off their feet. So think about your neighbors. As we know, 60% of our homeless here are our own women, children, disabled vets. I mean, we're not talking about the shadowy figure on the corner. And even then, it could be them if they're properly vetted. So we get to decide, are our homes gonna go to single moms and their children? Now keep in mind, it's 16 tiny homes, 30, 60, 90 days max. And this goes to the third point. I want to provide an enhanced family and youth resource center. We have a family and youth center now, but it's not a resource center. It's a great place to hang out, actually. It really is. With these resources, it also comes with job training. It comes with resume building. So imagine you are selected to live in these tiny homes. We come alongside you aggressively with resources. So again, if then we have 16 families, imagine these are also the places that we as a community can come together to donate clothes, canned food, have a place to volunteer. People ask, they're like, oh, how can I get involved? Right now, certainly, it feels like we're quite segregated and quite fragmented. I will have to say, this is why I'm running. When I say I'm running on a platform of inclusivity, this is what I mean. I'm listening and taking notes. I am not interested in promoting myself. However, make no mistake, there is a shift, and people are realizing that we have to manifest and fight for the community that we want. Nothing has ever been handed to us on a silver platter. All of us here know it. Petitions, all the way to just, I myself am an immigrant, and my family moved here. We lived 3 families under one house, and of course, stressed education until, again, me, my brother, my sister, we all were able to get our undergrads, and then I went off to get my master's and have been here in Azusa for 17 years. I said I would keep it to 5 minutes. I think I'm at 10. With all that said, I'm here. I have heard what you are saying. Thank you so much for coming. You can tell that your feedback is what gets me passionate. It's not, oh, please vote for me November 8th. Like, you know what? I never once until now did I say, vote for me November 8th, right? Because I just want to make a difference here. So as Miss Stephanie was saying, if you should feel at all inclined, please pick up a flyer. Please take, any of these business cards. Please also stick around to meet the candidates that also want to fight for our community. We are here, and I cannot even begin to tell you the number of Instagram, Facebook, email messages that have come in the last week. I want us to be very excited because the community is listening. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Phone bank, get it the right spelling and names.
Yes. Actually, and at this time, I would love for both Phil and Diana to please say something.